Hello, I am Beck. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be letting the dice tell me what to draw. And we're going to start with how many characters. That's a 3, so we're doing 3 characters. The style of the image will be modern. The first character is going to be a ghost who is reclusive. The second character is going to be a robot or doll who is a partier. And third character is going to be a domestic animal who is royalty. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they are actual kings or queens. That means that they have the vibe of royalty, which straight away to me means like a cat. I'm thinking that the doll who's got like a party vibe is such a contrast to the reclusive ghost that I might have it set up so that the ghost is sort of using a doll as a way of communicating, like a sock puppet or something like that. I'm going to flesh out the idea a little bit more and then come back once I've already done the drawing. Okay, so we're back. I decided that instead of it being a physical doll or sock puppet or anything like that, that the ghost would be playing a video game and the doll would be the avatar. So she's essentially living her life through the avatar. And that's where the party vibe's coming in, because she's having a lot of fun playing a video game. Meanwhile, she's at home kind of just haunting a place. Arguable as to did she die because she was so invested in her video game that she forgot to eat? Maybe. Who's to say? I feel like we've all been there, especially I play The Sims a lot. Well, The Sims 4, but you get what I mean. And one of the things there is they have these bars of health and whether they've been fed properly and hygiene and all of these things where you work really hard to keep your Sims have a perfectly balanced, happy lifestyle, and meanwhile you've got a messy apartment and you haven't had a shower yet and you need to eat dinner and you forget to look after yourself because you're so busy looking after these fictitious I wouldn't say they're avatars in The Sims. I guess they kind of are, especially if you make a Sim to be you. I tend to make Sims that are lots of different people so that I can have them do astronaut career and be a witch or be a vampire, mermaid, lots of those different things. And also a lot of the time I'm playing The Sims, I'm just building houses. I get in different moods. Sometimes I'm in the mood to build things and decorate houses and make them look all cool, and not just houses, but the public lots as well, like making a really nice park or something like that, a library. And then I absolutely don't want to do that anymore. I just want to play the characters, and so that's what I'll do instead. I'll play the characters and have them live their crazy, weird lives. Yeah. So I do get obsessed. I get sort of micro-obsessions with different games. I've gone back to playing Animal Crossing. My lovely boyfriend is letting me use his Switch so that I don't have to delete my beautiful island on my Switch where I've finished the museum and I have all these things that I don't want to delete. But I do want to start an island from scratch. So I've started playing on his device, and so far it's been really good and relaxing, and it's given me that nostalgia hit that I was looking for. I'm looking forward to the Hello Kitty Island Adventure coming out in the near future. It should already be out by the time I post this video, and hopefully I enjoy it because I'm planning to buy the deluxe package, which in Australia is $90. It's a stupid amount of money to give for a video game, but if I play it for as much as I'm anticipating playing it, I think I will want the deluxe edition, because they've said they're not going to give the extra content as a separate pack. So when you buy the game, if you don't buy it as the deluxe edition, you don't have the option to add that on later. And that is making me think maybe I should just buy it that way. It's $60 as just the game, so it's already expensive. Normally I'm the kind of person who'll play a game when it's on like a super sale and it's been $30 and then it's gone down to $2 or something. Especially I like games where they give you a free trial first, so you can play for a little bit to see if you like it. I get motion sick really easily, especially if the graphics are ironically too high def. So if there's a lot of first person perspective or just like moving around where you have to adjust the camera angle, I can't play those games for very long because I start to feel sick. And it's a massive waste of money if you buy something like Baldur's Gate or Hogwarts Legacy or one of those big games, and then I can only play it in like 10-minute intervals before I start to feel dizzy and sick, and then I don't want to pick it up again for another month or something, so bleh. I haven't played Baldur's Gate. I can watch other people play games, but that's primarily because I'm not just watching them play the game. I'm usually on my computer and stuff, so I'm mostly listening and just glancing up every now and then to see what's happening. I do like watching those kind of things, but yeah, I'm more of a side-scroller game or a cute sandboxy world game. I would like to be able to play Baldur's Gate, because if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm a huge D&D fan. I love to play Dungeons and Dragons, and normally I'll play it in person around a table. I have tried once or twice playing with my friends over Zoom. That was a while ago during the COVID times, but it wasn't the same as playing around the table. But when you're DMing, or I mean, even to an extent as a player, there is a certain level of like homework involved that I'd be interested in Baldur's Gate to see how it translates. So like whether you can just play and you don't have to necessarily study what all your different spells do and stuff like that. I'm assuming that if you have prior knowledge of how to play D&D, that you'll recognize the spells and things and know what they do. But it could also just be a way of like learning through play, so that you don't have to study the guidebooks and that sort of thing, because I'm not very good at the book learning. I'm more someone who can primarily learn from doing, sometimes learn from watching. So like watching Fantasy High, Dimension 20, or really any of the Dimension 20 campaigns have taught me a lot about D&D, and while being entertaining. I don't learn so well if it's just a tutorial video and they're just like, okay, here are the facts, you do this, 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 and this, and this is something and that's something, and here is just a big dump of information. I pick it up better when I see like a spell being used in a clever way, especially if they then explain that like, here is the reason that I can use this spell in this scenario, but it is supposed to be used in a different way, but I'm being clever. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm interested in that spell now, so I'm going to use it, well, try to use it in the same clever way, but also I now remember A, how the spell is supposed to be used, and B, how it can be kind of tweaked without breaking the rules to use it in like a shenanigans kind of way. Because I like it when we have shenanigans in a game. That's fun. Back on the topic though of learning stuff through entertainment media, I'll call it that, entertainment media, like TV and movies and stuff, where their goal isn't to educate you, but they'll include things that you can't help but file away as fact. I have a pet peeve where they'll put something in a movie or a show and present it like it's a fact when it's not, and they could have easily Googled that and presented the correct information. I think one of the best examples is CPR, where in so many shows and movies, they do it like 3 or 4 times, and if the person doesn't miraculously wake up and come back to life after the 3rd, like, blowing in their mouth thing, then they're dead. That's not how CPR works. CPR is to keep someone's heart beating and their brain getting blood to it and like oxygen and blah blah blah. You're supposed to keep doing it indefinitely until help arrives. You're not supposed to just do it a couple of times and if they don't respond then they're dead. No, you have to, like, you're supposed to wait until like a doctor or someone tells you to stop. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Do you have any, like, have you seen stuff in movies that's in, like, maybe just one movie or maybe just one show, but it really bugged you, or something that you've seen in many movies and many shows that's just wrong, and they keep perpetuating this idea to the point where people think that it's true and that's how it's supposed to be done? Or there are a few examples, but the CPR one is the first one that comes to my mind, and now I can't think of any other examples, and I'll probably be able to list like 50 when I finish this video. But I want to hear from you. I want to know if you have anything, especially if it's like your area of like interest or your specialty. Like if you are a doctor and you see a lot of other medical things where you're like, nope, that's not how you do it. Like when people inject, what's it called? Adrenaline. Okay, so I'm allergic to peanuts. I have an EpiPen, and the correct way to use it is that there's a little, it's not like a syringe, well, it has a syringe in it, but you take a cap off and place the uncapped side against your leg, and then you press a button, which then activates a mechanism to slowly inject the adrenaline into your body. You're supposed to press it against your skin and hold it for 10 seconds after you've pressed the button. But so often in movies, if they have one of the EpiPen injectors, they just like tap it on the skin, like stab you, like it's like in and out, like they just stab you really quickly, like that's the correct way to inject someone with something? No. Or they have like just a full syringe where they stab you in the heart with it, as though that's going to help. Okay, so that's a rant. I feel like when I don't have information to talk about, like D&D wise, I am going to go off on weird tangents and just rant about stuff. So sorry about that. This is kind of a new format for me. I'm experimenting with trying new things and mixing up how I make my videos. And I hope you like it. If you really don't, please let me know in the comments and I can go back to doing some of the older stuff. I'm definitely going to do more D&D characters. Like the next video I make is going to be another D&D character, but I'm going to try and do this newer format where I start drawing straight away, or at least you see the drawing begin straight away and it's not like a minute full of dice rolling. But let me know if you prefer the long build-up, the exciting drum roll. Otherwise, I feel like it's a bit more interesting to just dive right into it, especially when at the beginning it's just sketching. It's just figuring out the general poses and things like that. And it does allow, like the videos are the same length, but it allows a little bit extra time to show the process of how I'm making these things. Not that much more time, so you probably won't notice that much of a difference, but you can see my process better, especially the sketch phase, if I do a lot of different poses and trying a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, I'm really trying to improve this year. I want to make the best videos I can make. And I've also started doing some vlogs on a different channel. That's largely unrelated. I've written a book and I want to have a little bit more of a sit and chat kind of book review channel where I might do little crafty things, or just that'll be a channel that's my side channel because it won't have like a proper format where I'm like, on this channel I do speed painting, I make characters and I show you how I made them, and that's what this channel is all about. The other channel will be much more experimental, and documenting my life a little bit, and especially documenting the process of my writing and having a book published, self-published. Don't get too excited, settle down. I haven't been picked out of the millions to be published by some fancy publisher. Anyway, here we have our ghost girl, whose name shall be Gigi for Ghost Girl, or Ghost Gamer Girl, so GGG, and her avatar, who can also be GGG. Let me know in the comments, what should we name this cat? Look at him. Look at his face. What is his name? I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time. Bye!